over the weekend, when he wasn't calling for a bloodbath or saying that undocumented immigrants are not humans, Donald Trump was also caught on a hot mic during a conversation with Fox News host Steve Doocy, where Donald Trump explained exactly why he wants to be a dictator here in the United States. So here it is, Trump on a hot mic, didn't know anybody could hear him, but they did. Take a look.
Are we close to seeing Mr. Kim here at the White House?
Could happen. I mean,
they talked about that yesterday.
I think it's something that could happen. Yeah. Hey, he's the head of a country, and I mean, he is the strong head. Mm-hmm. Don't let anyone think anything different. Right. He speaks, and his people sit up at attention. I want my people to do the same.
Huh. So I guess Donald Trump's claims about wanting to be a dictator only on day one were total BS, right? I mean, just as everybody predicted, this is what Donald Trump wants. He wants your undying, unyielding loyalty. When he enters a room, he wants you to stand up. When he's speaking, he wants you to stand up and applaud. He wants to make sure that he is the central focus of your life. He wants every household in this country to have a framed portrait of Donald J. Trump in place of their television. He wants your love. But most importantly, he wants to have that kind of power over you. He wants to have the kind of power to where if he's speaking and you do not stand up, he can have you thrown in jail. He wants to be a dictator. Again, this is what he said in private. What he says in private is probably far more damning than what he says in public. He didn't think anybody could hear him. He didn't think his mic was on. He didn't think any cameras were rolling. But they were, and they caught this comment. He admires people like Kim Jong Un. He admires people like Vladimir Putin, who, of course, won an overwhelming presidential election this past weekend with 87% of the vote, of course, right? And that's what Trump wants. He wants to have those kind of Russian-rigged elections here in the United States. He wants to be president or dictator for the next several decades. He wants that absolute power. And he's close to getting it. Let's not forget, this is what the entire Project 2025 is all about. Making sure that Donald Trump is constantly, every second of every day, surrounded by spineless sycophants. Whether it's at the DOJ, whether it's the Department of Education, the FDA, the EPA, doesn't matter. Project 2025 wants to replace career civil servants with up to 50,000 Donald Trump loyalists. Every lawyer at the Department of Justice, up to and including the Attorney General under a second Trump term, will be a spineless yes person. So when Trump says, I'm not going to leave office when my term is up, go find a way to make that legal, they will do it. He already controls the Supreme Court. And God forbid conservatives finally do what Democrats failed to do these last couple years and expand the court, put even more conservatives up there. They could do that. And Trump could pick 4 new people that he knows will shred the Constitution to make him a Kim Jong Un-like dictator. Because that is what he wants. He is telling us that is what he wants. He just didn't realize he was telling us that. So when you hear people say that Donald Trump was claiming he wants to be dictator for just one day, make sure you realize that those are the people that will absolutely make him the dictator. In fact, polls have shown that most conservatives actually like that idea. They like those comments. We are fighting against a group of people that want to turn this country into an authoritarian fascist dictatorship with Donald Trump as the figurehead.